I just found out that my husband and my mother-in-law have both been stealing from my bank account. So, a few years ago, I decided to get a job because my husband was the only one that was working at the time, and I really needed a vehicle so that I can take the kids to and from school. And so, at the time, he did not want me to get a job. He was refusing, but apparently I convinced him because then he said that it was fine for me to get a job. Because my husband always spends his money on stupid crap, I decided that I wanted to get my own bank account. And because I was married, obviously my husband also told me that he had to be on the account just in case anything were to happen to me, then he could just have access to the funds. Obviously, I was keeping track of every dime that came into my account, every dime that I spent, and it was very weird because after a couple months, I noticed that I was missing maybe $200, and then from there went to 500, and then all of a sudden I was missing almost $1,000. I wasn't taking it out. I was very determined to save up to buy myself a car, and so I asked my husband if he knew anything about it, and he was swearing up and down that he had absolutely nothing to do with it. He was saying that I was crazy, that maybe I got the money out and completely forgot. Because I didn't want to start an argument with my husband, I just left things alone. I was trying to slowly investigate and see what the fuck was going on because the only people that actually had access were my husband and myself. About 6 months go by, and my mother-in-law comes over to our house to have dinner, and she has a brand new car. So I questioned her, just asking because she didn't have a job at the time. My husband was helping her with a little bit of money here and there, but not enough to where she could buy a brand new fucking car. Her answer to me was that she was working and that I just didn't know anything about it, but her son did, so I just let that shit go. But eventually, after I was done with my investigation, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, the bank actually told me that apparently my husband had put my mother-in-law on the account somehow without me even knowing. So come to find out that my mother-in-law was withdrawing money from my account, from my money that I had saved from working 2 full-time jobs, trying to make sure that I had a car for my kiddos and myself. And she decided to take a bunch of money and go buy herself a new car. I confronted my husband first because he was the one that was responsible. He's the one that added my mother-in-law. And he said, "It's just my mom. It's fine. She'll pay you back eventually." I told him not to fucking worry about it. I said, "You know what? You're just like your mother. At the end of the day, I don't want to be a part of this shit anymore because you guys fucked me over pretty bad." She took a bunch of money out of my fucking hard-earned money and my bank account. So go fuck yourself. I took my shit, I took my kids, and I fucking left and I went to my parents' house.